Hey, Lonnie at Lonnie's Hot Rod TV, going over some directions here on how to install disc brake upgrade kit for a 1959 Impala. So we got a new power booster to go on, a new master cylinder. We've got a relocation bracket. Looks like a proportioning valve. These are the brackets that will mount the calipers to. So we got the calipers. Yeah, these are all the bolts, the wheel bearings and everything. I got the hoses for it. These, let's see if I can get one of these out. These will be the new rotors that will fit inside the 14-inch wheel, which is kind of a hard thing to do. Normally when you go to disc brakes, you need to go to 15-inch wheels. So this kit provides you a rotor that will allow for the 14-inch wheel to still be included. I've got rear springs to go on. I've got front springs to go on. I've got Prothane products to replace all the bushings in the control arms. Prothane's a really good product. I've used them quite a few times. I've got a banana bar. This is the upper control arm on the 3-link rear end on it. Got a new rubber hose and some body mount or bump stops. I've got new brake lines to go into it. I'll probably still have to make a couple to come to the back and replace them as well. So stay tuned with this 59. We've got a lot going on with it. So it'll go all new suspension, and with these old cars you got to keep up with that so you can ride down the street without any problems. Stay tuned. Hey, here we are with Gus. We've got the bed off. The frame's out here. It's kind of pretty. And I've got the cab inside. The front end was already taken off a little while ago. We're getting ready to put Gus down on the S10 chassis. Stay tuned. I want you to see this shock here. This is a knee action shock. As this arm moves up and down, it moves the piston back and forth, and there's a drilled orifice, so the fluid has to go from one side to the other, and that's what resists the spring from moving back and forth. Look at this starter. This starter has a push button. On your gas pedal is right over here. This is your brake, and this right here, you push it, and it makes the starter. See the starter being made? So you push start this car. That's badass. Gus is a 46 Chevy, so you can see here this cab looks a lot like that 47 Dodge Hot Rod we've been following earlier. So Gus is off the frame, and we're going to take Gus, put it on the S10, and you can actually see that it's much smaller now that it's all by itself. So, it's doing cool. Keep watching. Hey, if you guys remember, I've been talking about this bumper. I think it's from a bigger truck or even a bus. I like the detail of it, I like the curve, I like the large shape of it. If you look here, you can see they just made a bracket and they welded it to the frame. They made a tongue to come off that they can put a hitch on. We'll remove the tongue, you know, we'll keep the patina that's got, but we'll remove this. So it's a straightforward just bumper. We'll probably add a reset so it'll be functional. But yeah, I want to keep this on Gus. I think it'll look cool. Hey, so we're here with Gus, and we made a good headway. Gus is sitting on the S10 frame. We got all the gunk out of the window, we got the window rolled out, so that looks really cool. Kind of reminds you of that other truck too, doesn't it? So everything's going along good, the mounts are working really well. We've got the bed on there. The axle, there's an adapter on the kit to move the axle back 2 inches. So I think that'll put the axle back where we need it to be, right in the center of the wheel well. If not, we'll make provisions and we'll move it back a little bit farther. So the front end's sitting here. That'll be the next thing that goes on. We'll probably pop it on and then take it back off and fit the motor, make sure the motor fits in there, because we even have motor mounts and training mounts. So get everything fitted and make sure everything works. Stay tuned. Hey, here we are with the 56 Ford pickup truck, and we're doing the air conditioner. one of the things that I like to do with the air conditioner is I like to hide these hoses. So we've run the air conditioner inside. It's set in here behind the glove box, so there's no air conditioner coming out the firewall. And I've run the fittings inside the door jamb, and then they come out here under the fender. There's an inner fender that covers this like that, and we're running the hose. They'll be back here behind the inner fender, and they'll come up here to the condenser. And then there's a couple of hoses that run under the battery box, and they'll run behind and come up to the compressor that's way over there. The dryer will actually be mounted under here too, so when it's all said and done, it'll be nice and clean. So, you know, have a nice clean look under the hood. So part of the job that I have to do is we got to find the parts that'll work for the truck, or excuse me, work for your car. So I sit in front of the screen, and you know, like this one, I'm looking for air conditioner parts. So I'm looking for not only the fitting that I need, the size that I need, for the charging port to be on the same side, but I look for color. I'm kind of OCD. The colors are important to me, the orientation, how I can hide the AC fittings. But I do this with everything. So like when I take your car and it goes into my shop, it becomes my car. I've taken your vision and I've made that vision become mine, and that car is mine. So how would I run those brake lines so they're hidden? How would I run the AC lines so they're hidden? So a lot of the job is we're looking for fittings that'll work. We're looking for stainless steel brake lines, or we're looking for things that will work for the car, so that I would be proud that if I was showing this car, you know, these parts are ran and they're hidden and they look really well. So that's one of the aspects we do here at Lonnie's Hot Rod Shop. Hey, this is HELLEANOR. We're getting the front end fitted. The doors have to be just right so that we can line the fender up to the door. The door has to be lined up to the quarter. So then there's a windshield valance that has to go on in a hood. This gets everything straight and true. And you see we had to cut out where the headlight goes, but we're going to build this anyhow, some fender extensions, so that we can mate up to the radiator support and inner fenders. So once we get all this squared away, we'll start cutting our wheel wells. So stay tuned to HELLEANOR. Okay, here we are with a 1970 Mustang that we call HELLEANOR. So HELLEANOR is the bitchy sister of Eleanor. She's not going to take it anymore, and she's going to fight back. So you see here, we're working on the doors. Make sure the doors are good. They open and close really well. We got a not a quarter inch, but a paint stick, which is about a 1/16 of an inch gap back here between the quarter and the door. We actually had to cut the quarter panel to move it back. So the fender goes on, and we get that same paint stick thickness there. So we've got a mount up here, a mount right there, and a mount underneath. We had to cut the front end off so we could get the fender to come back to where we want it, and we got to make a mount up there. Once we get the fenders, the hood, and all this front end on, we'll start cutting our wheel wells out. Once we get that done, we'll make our fender extensions and our belly pan and create that whole Eleanor look. So keep watching on this one. This is a fun one. So here we are in the back. Now remember, we widened the back of this car by 2 inches. We extended the quarter panels 1 inch each side. So I went with a 68 Chevy taillight panel. And I was shocked when I found out it fit inside this 2 inch wider rear end. I mean, look at this. This is almost perfect for how it should look. I've recessed it in probably 2 inches to give that real shadow effect. And I really like how it came out. The tail fin is extended about 6 inches more than what it should be. And it really looks good. You can see the finish off, how the trunk's going to be finished. It looks really awesome. So we're still working on it, but I think it's turning out really well. Hey, update on the 66. So I pulled the valve cover off, and I checked the number 2 rockers, springs. I checked the push rods. We actually cranked the motor over. You know, we unplugged the MSD and the Holly, and we cranked the motor over. Everything's functioning fine. We did another compression test. Everything looks to be really good. So we took the Holly off. Holly offered for us to send it in, so they'll give it a clean bill of health or replace it if there's something wrong with it. And at this point, it's just process of elimination. The owner's actually going to bring me the carburetor, and if I put the carburetor on there and I still have the problem, then it's definitely mechanical. If the carburetor runs just fine, then I would say the problem's a Holly. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Lonnie. It's Saturday. We had a great week, so we're working on the shop project. So we're back on the 30. You can see here, this is the back part of the sedan. Remember, we're making an extended cab on this. So I cut out the original wheel well, and we fabricate a piece of metal that'll fit in here. So there's a compound curve that I have to do for the back, and then a compound curve that I have to do that matches the door. So this needs to be welded into that place there. If I want to keep the back window, which is 8.5 inches tall, I need to take 5 inches out of here to make this 8.5 inches tall. So all my windows all the way around would be 8.5 inches tall. So it's a 5-inch chop. I don't know if that's where we're at, but that's what I'm working on right now. That's what my game plan is. So I can chop the top, chop the window 5 inches, and it'll bring everything down. I think it'll look good.
Alright, we got the firewall here. I'm going to end up cutting along this seam. I'm going to recess it 1 inch. Then I'm going to turn around, get a flat piece of steel, and do a quilted pattern on it to make firewall.
Here at Lonnie's Hot Rod Shop, we also do interior. So we're working on the interior on this 32. We're putting in carpet. We're working on some paneling. The door panels will be worked on next. If you follow me over to Rocker, you'll get to see some of the interior that we've done in the shop. Come on. So here we have Rocker. That's our 32 Ford, and it's got leather interior. It's really super soft. It's pre-distressed leather. We added the studs in it to kind of simulate a rocker jacket, you know, a leather jacket that would have had studs on it. You can see a lot of the work around. There's screws in the window and screws in the console. I'm using Daytona weave carpet, really nice carpet. The headliner is all leather. So you see we do interior too. So come on by if you have an interior needs.